Look, this could be why, man. This could be my problem. Every time I'm throwing a coin, there's a little kid behind me taking it.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pub Stomp, a podcast about games, TV shows, movies, and pop culture in general. Every episode, we discuss topics that we find interesting. Come join our shenanigans.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Pub Stomp Podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about movies, and we always love them, except today's movie. Just kidding. What's up, Mexy?
Hey.
What's up, Tyler?
Hey, how's it going?
I didn't say which one we were talking about. We're talking about Cruella, the one with the dogs and the dalmatians. Before we get into that, there's some news that we gotta cover. There's some certain cinema company, what is it called? Movie theater company that is got pretty famous with the memes. Mexy, why don't you tell us about it, man?
So, apparently, AMC currently is like killing it in the stock market, and something memes, something short squeeze, something liabilities, and like literally yesterday they started an investigation to see how many outstanding shares are like synthetic shares and non-synthetic shares and things like that.
I didn't read about that. Yeah, I only read the part where like they got a bunch of like the Reddit. I mean, allegedly the Reddit community pumped it, so they have a bunch of stock, and then their stock price skyrocketed. So they're like, okay, we're gonna invest this money, but they issued a warning saying like, guys, if you're not willing to lose this money, get out now, because you might lose all of it. So I don't know. That sounds like
that's paper hands talk. Okay, that's paper hand talk.
I mean, when the company itself is telling you, it's like, hey, this might not be for you guys. We're making some risky moves here. Yeah, I mean, they got hit hard. I mean, all the movie theater companies got hit hard by COVID. So they bought that theater that went bankrupt in California, right?
Like,
yeah, yeah. They bought that because what is the Fat Man and Beyond? What is the podcast called?
Fat Man Beyond. Yeah.
Yep, they were talking about that was going under. And they were wondering who was going to take it. So now we know. AMC.
Interesting.
Yeah, so.
I don't have AMC stock. I believe in our 8 brothers and sisters.
I used to have it, and I sold it for Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went to, Bitcoin's on the correction path right now. So.
Sounds like my investment.
It's just like all this stuff is a crapshoot in my opinion. And people say like, oh, there's educated guessing.
It's gambling.
This is why I don't invest heavily. It's like it was like $50. Like, okay, I don't want to take it out because then I have to deal with the complications of like taxes. It's like, okay, Robinhood, you can keep this in your area. I don't care because is DogeCoin still up there?
It's on sale right now.
It's on sale right now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah. What's the sale price on that? If you have it.
I was just looking at it 1 second because I was looking at what's going on in the world. Currently, it is at 38 cents.
Ah, that's a very good price.
I mean,
stock up. Actually, well, you got it at 7 cents.
4 cents,
even lower, right? 4 cents. Yeah. I got it at 4 cents too, and then I sold it because I didn't want it. And then I got AMC, and I was like, I don't want this either. I was like, okay, Bitcoin.
Sold it.
Let's put it on Bitcoin.
Even though, did you sell it at a high?
It was like going up and down, so I didn't get any gains or
paper hands.
I know, right? So
damn paper hands, man. You didn't believe. That's why.
It's just like, yeah, I don't have the cult like mentality.
It's not a cult, man.
Right? Yeah. It's not.
It's those with the strongest wills. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have the strong will mentality to. So I'll just like put it on Bitcoin and just leave it there.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It's fine, man. Just don't. Eventually, it'll either go up or go down. This is why I just invest in index funds, and then they'll take care of the rest. But on other topics, Samsung virtual assistant. What do you call it, Mexy?
Samsung Waifu.
Samsung waifu. So, so the background of this is Samsung was like, hey, what is it like? What wanted to like create a virtual assistant so that people could ask her for
So
help.
they had a virtual assistant, just like OK Google and Siri and everything, Bixby. But then they decided we're gonna have an avatar for it, and they forgot that the internet exists.
But people think that, I don't know, like you might think that it was overly.
I don't think anything. I think it was a normal thing. They just forgot that the internet existed.
Right. But if it was like, it wasn't like they gave the internet like something. Okay, here's something, and like you add your own caption. It was like they took something that was totally normal and then they took it to the extreme.
Bro, people have those freaking Lolitas on the internet, and then they make those anime body pillows, and you're just like, that doesn't need to exist, but here we are.
So I think they had to pull it down. I mean, I don't think there's any way to recover from this.
Nah, they should have just left it. They should have just left it and been like, look, you're gonna be children about it. Visit our merchandise store. Bam. Like
turn it into profit.
Yeah, man,
Capitalized on it, yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, imagine if they had a Hatsune Miku, right? Like, they would have made a killing off of that.
It's just, I mean, it's unfortunate, but whatever. Interesting times. We got meme stonks, and then we have this, so people are just bored.
Hey, we need something to keep us away from forgetting that, January 6th happened.
Well, anyway, that's the stuff for the week. But topic at hand, Cruella, Roundtable.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna save you for last, Mexy, because we always know how it goes with you. But Tyler, man, give us your take on this movie.
All right. I liked it, except for I don't like that the dogs were the bad guys, or made to look like the bad guys. But yeah, I liked it. I'm curious to hear what Mexy says, because that's always interesting. And and the other thing I want to know is how this leads into the old movie, because I don't really remember the old movie because it scared me.
I thought you saw the after credit scene.
I did, but I didn't really get it.
Okay.
Okay. We can.
But I liked the movie. I thought it was a good origin story. But hit me with the hatred.
Okay, so I'll go next. So yeah, it's not hatred. Like honestly, like if I just watched it for entertainment value, pure entertainment value, it was good. I liked it.
But we're critics now.
In the back of my mind is always like, why does this movie exist? And it's weird. It's like I'm conflicted, right? Because that Cruella is not the good person in this whole franchise, but you're kind of rooting for her. So I'm like, confused.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy the movie, but I don't know why it exists. I mean, money, of course, but aside from that, there's a lot of stuff that could be shortened. A lot of stuff is like the movie is like 2 hours long, right? So, and it was like, yeah. So that's my take. So I would say like I did like it. Not my favorite, but I did like it. I mean, I like Emma Stone, so she did a pretty good job at her character. But yeah, the story had some issues. That's my take. Mexy, give it to you.
It was 2 hours and 15 minutes, by the way, or 14 minutes. So longer. Every minute counts in a movie. So my thoughts in this movie is it's the perfect example of how to make something start off great and end up terribly. I like the beginning, I like the middle, and then towards the end, I'm just like, just stop. Like, I don't need the rest of this movie. However, it has Emma Stone, so 10 out of 10.
All right, there we go. The running joke here is Mexy sees pretty girl, he clicks. It's fine, man.
It's not a joke. Fine. That's life, okay? Emma Stone is like top tier, okay?
Cool. Well, I guess we can get into the movie. I don't know. Like, there's some meta stuff that I want to talk about, but let's say we towards the end, because then we can talk about the after credit scene and then how it ties to the cartoon and WTF is going on there, because I don't know. So Cruella, or I guess the main character of this movie is not Cruella. Her name is Estella, right? That is where she starts, and all we know at the beginning is.
Disagree, because she has multiple personality disorder apparently.
Yeah, but no, we don't know that at the beginning, right?
We know
that like she. They
Because
say that she has
yeah,
like
the mom tells her like you need to not like let Cruella come out and just be Estella.
yeah,
You think that? I thought that was just a thing she said. I didn't think,
right.
but I guess
I'm
I don't
just
know.
joking about the multiple. I'm just
Oh, okay.
joking.
I mean, no, I mean, I think it's true. I think it's true. But at the beginning, it kind of like just her mom's like, okay, be a good girl. Don't let Cruella come out. Don't be like a jerk, basically, right? Because she's kind of
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
little brat, right? She's getting in trouble. Oh, and the double hair thing, double colored hair, like she has like black and white hair. Apparently, that's the thing. That could happen. So I guess that's realistic enough
I think
for
that
my
makes
book.
her a chimera. Look, man, I'm just throwing out medical things out here.
A chimera.
Yeah, I think it
Is
makes
that
you a
what
chimera.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know these terms. I'm not a doctor. I'll trust you.
Is a thing. Chimera hair. I just googled it.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I fact
Facts here
checked
by
too.
Mexy.
Yeah.
Checks out. Cool. So I guess she's a chimera, but yeah. So I guess she doesn't fit into anywhere. All we know is that she has a single mom. They're struggling. They're not that like well off. But this kid, man, cannot just gets in trouble all the time because people are picking on her because of her hair. I'm assuming, right?
I think it's just because she's eccentric.
Yeah. Yeah, because she's always wearing like all these patches and stuff. But
Yeah. Because she was a fashion genius.
yes, exactly. That's what she calls it. Yeah, so that's what I'm. So that, and that's the thing that leads into. We gave a glimpse of saying that she's kind of smart in some kind of way. She's like special, but we don't know because all I see is a troublemaker. So I don't know, but yeah, and that's the beginning. That's where you start seeing like how things are gonna turn sour for Miss Estella, right? Because she gets kicked out of schools and they have nowhere else to go, so they leave town, book it to London apparently.
And this escalates quickly, by the way.
Yeah, and this goes like super bad, right? So I don't know what so far here, like nothing crazy. This is normal movie stuff. You gotta escalate the drama, right? Where it goes weird is we don't know why her mom goes to visit somebody for something, and we know it's money because I got money, right? But I don't know, like to me that's weird, right? 'Cause, like the mom goes to talk to this lady in this fancy castle.
Well, it makes sense because of the story you don't know yet at this point in the movie, right? Yeah.
So you're thinking maybe it's like the grandmother, maybe?
Yeah, I was thinking it was the father. I was like, okay, she's gonna go see her father, asking for some cash, because she's just like, oh, we're gonna go see somebody, but not who that somebody is. So I was like, okay, of course.
I guess that is
dad.
true. It was a little confusing.
I think it was meant to be confusing. Because you're supposed to think like, oh, maybe it's the grandmother, maybe it's like the family, maybe it's like, some kind of estrangement there.
Yeah. Didn't she have white hair in that scene too?
Yeah, but it was
Or
a
am I
wig.
losing it? Okay, it was
It was a wig, yeah. They were all like Victorian style.
because I when they introduced you to her, the Baroness later, I was like, is that the same lady? The other lady had gray hair, so yeah, they got me on that.
Yeah, so this is where like Tyler was saying, things escalate like dramatically. They go from like, hey, we're just gonna go pick up something to like, what the hell? There's 3 dogs rushing towards the mom, and I don't even know why they were standing next to that cliff.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Why not, man?
hey,
Like you're gonna have
let's go have a chat outside on the dangerous part of the freaking castle.
she crazy, man. Like it's her castle. She tells her where to talk because apparently she murders people all the time, anyways.
Yeah, so apparently that's her thing. I don't know. I mean, the Baroness, she's like, we don't know who she is yet, but she's definitely not a thing. So I think Estella at this point like sees her mother. She's getting into trouble in the castle, and she sees the dogs. Oh, the dogs chase her. Apparently, it seems like the dogs are chasing her. That's what Tyler was saying. They made the dalmatians be bad, but there's only 3 of them, and they push Estella's mom down the cliff, and Estella's of course devastated. I don't know how she got anywhere back because she was in a remote area. But
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, how did she get back?
She
There's
just
a
says
car.
She
she
jumped
still
on top
made it.
of a-
Who knows?
She jumped on top of a carrier van or something. It was like a truck of some sort. that was leaving the estate.
I see.
Oh,
So
yeah,
she
I
made
think-
the escape on a truck, yeah. And now, she has a dog this whole time. She has like the little like mutt with her.
Buddy.
Whoa, bro,
Wasn't
that's her
his name Buddy?
friend. Yeah, the buddy.
Buddy
was
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, that's Buddy. Yeah, yeah, I like Buddy. I mean, the dogs in this movie were pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to say it.
I'm gonna throw spoilers out there. The entire time, I'm like, this dog is gonna die. That's what's gonna be snap. That's what's gonna make her snap. Like, I swear that was the entire. I was like, when is this dog gonna die? Because there's no other reason why she goes crazy.
That
Other
was a
than-
big point for me. Like trying to figure out what makes things go south. Like when does she snap? Because I'm like everything's going so well throughout. Well, other than her mom, after her mom dies, then yeah. Anyways, we'll continue.
Yeah, so and that's the thing, right? That's what I was trying to get at earlier. It's like this seems like a good person, and it's crappy that her character flaw is something that she cannot control, which is silly in my opinion. But I don't know. So she gets out. Her mom's gone. She needs to figure out what to do. She meets the Horace and Jasper doing their thing, stealing coins from the. I mean, I don't know if it's called stealing. People throw them on purpose, but getting coins from the fountain. Do you guys consider that stealing?
That is considered stealing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Normally they
considered.
use those for like charity and stuff, don't they?
Oh, they do?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Wait, yeah, exactly. Unless it says unless it's like those things at the mall where you drop it into the.
It's considered
coin
good
and it spins
faith
and
because the like wishes and. I'm not even joking. Like it's because of that. It's considered stealing.
I thought I saw a fountain in Vegas that had a plaque. I was like, we clean these coins up. We donate them to charities. Sort of thing.
Oh, I'm sure in Vegas they do. This practice has been around for a while, so it's generally
Sure.
frowned
Fair
frowned
enough, fair
apart.
enough.
Yeah, frowned upon. I understand. Illegal. That's where I was like, if you see little kids picking coins from the thing, I'm not gonna make a big fuss about it.
You're
but I guess-
stealing dreams, homie. Like, what do you mean? What if that was your like? What if you're like, I dream that, or like, I wish that I'll get married next year, and this little grabs the coin, and this could be. Look, this could be why, man. This could be my problem. Every time I'm throwing a coin, there's a little kid behind me taking it.
You should pick a different well, man, or fountain. But
And clearly that one's not working.
yeah, so I don't know. I mean, but that's their whole thing, right? Their whole like shtick is like grifting. They steal money. They steal wallets. They trick people and stuff. So that's now her life. She found these guys. Oh, and then they have a dog too.
Wink. Wink is awesome.
Yeah, that's my favorite dog. Dude, and apparently I was looking at the credits and there's like 5 winks. So there's like Wink has
Hey,
extras.
man, you got an entourage.
Yeah, so it's like 5 of them or something. And that's it. That's where her story starts. Estella now lost her mom. She's normal, right? She's not like going crazy anymore. She got it under control. She's got a wig. They're doing their thing. Estella's sewing costumes and stuff for them to go into and do more complicated and elaborate.
Crimes, pickpocketing.
And that whole montage was kind of cool, I guess. It was
Well, because they
fine.
were robbing like jewelry stores and stuff, so it's pretty cool.
But Estella was not happy. She was like,
She was meant for more.
actually, she didn't say it, but you could see it. And was it Jasper? Jasper was the one like, oh, I'm gonna make it happen. Like that's where like Jasper's like figures out that hey, she wants to do something else and gets Estella. I don't know. All the stuff is boring, man. All the stuff is boring up until she gets the job of her dreams, which is to be a cleaner in a very fancy store.
And that's my first gripe. I think the first like 30-40 minutes of this movie could have just been like 10. Like,
But it's an origin story.
is it though?
You have to see
Like, do
the
you need
origin.
that? Like, take Spider-Man for instance. Do you need to know how every time Uncle Ben dies? No,
Right.
you don't.
That's
Like,
because it's been done 4 times. We get it. This is a relatively new character, right?
do you need to know she was doing heists for 20 years or something? No, you don't.
It was cool.
It was cool. The little montage of because it shows her skills. Like, okay, she can do
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, it was a little long.
It's just long.
Parts of this movie were a little long. I'll give you that.
So yeah. So up to this point, nothing's happening really. All we know as far as like she's a Chimera, two-tone hair, black and white. No mom. She thinks she caused her mom's demise, but we'll find out later she didn't, right?
What?
And what?
Just kidding.
What? And that she wants to, make dresses for a living. So that's what we know. And she finally gets her dream, except that she's got to work her way from the ground up. And that was weird too, right? Because Jasper put her resume in the accepted pile, but why did he put it in the cleaner, become a cleaner pile?
Right. I did think that was weird.
Yeah. Or is that how it works? Like you just
No, I think he literally just put his resume somewhere. Because he showed you that one where he just drops the resume. I don't think he was paying attention where he was dropping it. And then the dude who's the
But do you need a resume to clean offices? I don't know.
But I think the dude lied what the position was, right?
Who, Jasper or
I don't remember the guy's name, the dick boss.
Oh, the store owner
the
guy? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
he's like, I made the job description and blah, 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 blah. Like, all right, dude, calm down.
Yeah, because Jasper makes a huge deal about how all these all the references were dropped on the resume, and if they ask you how you know the prince, say it's a polo thing or something like that.
Yeah.
And then she's cleaning the toilet, so I was like, why does she need all those references?
Yeah, I agreed too. It's like, okay, that was a little strange, but I think they had to make it so that it worked. It was a little bit dramatic, but it's fine.
They had to do the freaking Cinderella thing, right? Rags to riches.
Right, the Disney thing, yeah.
And that's another part where it was a little bit too long, but it's fine because she got drunk.
That was in the course of a day too.
Yeah, and that was that's where the best inspirations happen. You go get a handle of whatever the hell you have in your house, drink it. Next thing you know, you trash your house, which is what she did, and apparently that's hard. I don't know fashion, man. I don't know fashion. Right, so it's a little edgy, man. Like what she did with the mannequin at the display.
I think it was just symbolizing the old fashion and the new stuff.
Yeah, the new style.
The new styles always rebel against the old stuff, and then I guess we go full circle. I don't know how fashion works either.
Yeah, and that's what gets her noticed. At this point, she's gonna get axed, right? But the Baroness happens to show up that day. It just out of all the days she could have shown up, she showed up on the day she got drunk. What a coincidence!
You know why? Because she stole all those wishes.
Yeah, maybe it's like, oh man, I wish to meet the Baroness.
Yeah, man. She stole all them wishes, and everything's working out her way.
And that's it, man. She gets hired. She gets the job. She shows up, and now she's living her
The
dream.
Baroness was a fashion designer, by the way. I don't know if we said that.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Like
the
a
Baroness
famous
is
one,
that's right. She's not just a Baroness. She's also super. I actually like how she carries herself. I think it's pretty cool. She's mean. If she wasn't mean, she would be my favorite character. But she's mean, so docking her some points.
And a murderer.
Yeah.
I could forgive some of those casualties of war, because we only know of one. We only know of one for sure. So
it's true, but she made it seem like there was more.
Yeah, I think that was her.
She was rude. She called one guy fat for no reason. I mean, come on, bro. Fat shaming. One guy, she's like, you're fat. The other guy's like, you're stealing money. Here's the bank account, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, that's a discrepancy here. All right.
Well, the other guy had no dirt except that he was
fat and smelled like anchovies. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Saying.
If somebody calls you that, it makes you feel bad, and then I
felt bad for him, man. I was just like, look, he's rich. I'm sure he doesn't smell like anchovies. Maybe he does. Maybe he does.
Maybe he does, man. Maybe he does.
Anyways, just skip ahead. But carry on.
Anyway, so all this thing doesn't matter. All this stuff still doesn't matter because now Estella has her dream job working for the Baroness, doing actual dress work, whatever it is called.
Fashion, man. Fashion designer.
Which was a big hit with Carly, by the way. She loved all the fashion stuff.
Oh, she loved all this. Yeah, I will say that they put a ton of work on all. I don't know how many dresses they made. They made 10, 20. I don't know. It was a lot of dresses. From what I understand,
this is for me where the movie kind of gets exciting because for at that point, it's the the Devil Wears Prada kind of movie, and I'm all like, okay, this is a pretty good movie. Like it's kind of the same movie, but okay, I'm not against it because it is Emma Stone. But you know,
Yeah, and that's what I wrote here in my notes. This is where like the best part of the movie is like she's shining at her craft. She's doing what she was meant to do. She's doing everything great. The Baroness likes her. She's like, living the dream, doing the job she wanted to do all her life. And then just things go sideways again for her.
That was the point in the movie when you're just like waiting for it to go sideways. Because she has to be bad. She has to be the villain.
like you know how it ends.
I mean,
Yeah.
she did say like the beginning, like the story is of how I die, which is a little cheesy, but it's fine. And I don't like. It's just like, I mean, I get it. It's a movie, but like the coincidences are like very, very forced, right? Like the Baroness shows up at the day that she messes up the display. The Baroness is also the one wearing the necklace that her mom used to wear. And then she also sees the whistle, right? Was that when she realizes that the Baroness was the one that caused the
Yeah, she was whistling at the dogs because the dogs were being dicks, and then she sees the whistle and she's like, "Ah, whistle."
Yeah, she's like whoosh, like flashbacks, just like having like, oh my god, it was her all along. Oh my goodness, and that is like, okay, fine, it's okay, all right, we gotta make this work. Actually, does that work? You guys have dogs? So you have a dog whistle?
Supposedly.
Yeah.
But
they have sensitive ears.
They'll pay attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
But can you make them like?
Yeah.
If you train them.
Yeah, if you train your dogs to be dicks.
Whistle, yeah.
So,
yeah,
so
I didn't like
you
that.
Hear the whistle.
They use the dogs as a scapegoat. I think I already said that already, but I'm saying it
again. Yeah. So they made him look pretty vicious, and all of the dog scenes have a lot of CG around them. I don't know if you guys noticed.
Kind of hard not to. Like they were unnaturally moving.
Yeah, they've done movies with dogs, and the dogs actually do their tricks, but here it was a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's just a comment there. Dogs, I'm sure they were great. So I don't know. That's what she finds out now, and this is where like everything just goes sideways, and this is where we meet Cruella again, like the birth of Cruella. And I think at this point, the movie for me is just like it's cool, but it's like not cool anymore because now she's actually a bad guy, kind of.
I was fine with it because you know where the story is supposed to go. You know that she's supposed to go evil. So how is she turning evil? She's getting like Cruella persona and doing all these things, right? So that was fine for me because it's like, okay, like she's evil, but not really, but she's kind of a dick, kind of.
Yeah, she is pretty mean because she's like, when she's starting to care, so she takes on this persona of Cruella, some persona that is also a fashion whatever, and she starts trolling the Baroness. But on all of the like, I don't know what like stunts they pull out with Jasper and Horace, she's being mean to them, right? And she doesn't have to be mean to them. She's just like being like, she's calling like this imbecile, and Horace is like, or no, Jasper's like, hey yo, not like that, man.
But that's Cruella, cool. Right? That was what the mom was saying. Like, you're mean when you're Cruella.
I thought the same thing when I was watching it, though. I was like, why is she being so mean? But if we go back to the multiple personality thing, if they're trying to play it hard, yeah. So I can see it now.
And that's where like, man, why do they have to make it like a? I mean, it's not her fault that she's mean, right? Is that what they're telling us?
From this point on,
I don't know. Like it's a tricky situation, man. Because are we gonna like chalk it up to mental illness, basically?
Yeah, that's basically what they did. But then all of a sudden, she flipped the switch and she's Cruella, and now then she carries like that for the whole movie, and she's not pretending that's who she is. So there's something cuckoo going on there.
This is like Batman, man. Like, is Batman Bruce Wayne or is Bruce Wayne Batman? Right? Like, who's the real person?
But he can flip it right back and forth,
right?
Toggle.
But
and this lady is like 100%.
But to Batman, he's Batman. He's not Bruce Wayne. He's pretending to be Bruce Wayne. Same like Superman, right?
Mm.
Superman is not Clark Kent, he's Superman, but he's pretending to be Clark Kent, kind of.
So Cruella is pretending to be Estella.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I can see that. Okay, fine, whatever. But yeah, but still, that's still my problem. That it wasn't like whatever triggered this change. It was something that was already embedded into her, and she had no other way to escape it. Right? There's no.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah. So I guess, and maybe that's okay. Maybe that's fine.
She's special in her own way, okay?
Yeah, she's special and she's mean. So I guess that's that. But so I did like all the stunts. Actually, one of the coolest things that they did was the dress that was lit on fire, and then she was like, "Bam!" Wearing red.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just,
That one.
That's one of my.
That one's really
that's-
cool.
that's a very
That's one of my favorite scenes.
Mockingbird or whatever. What is that movie? Hunger Games.
Yeah.
It's a very Hunger Games
Hunger
moment.
Games, yeah. I was like, I've seen this before, but it's still cool. So,
And the trash
And she's like-
truck too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
yeah,
She rolls out of the trash truck and then whoop whoop whoop.
like, yeah, that's pretty cool. All of the stunts she did, like, she could have done like 3 less of those, but because we get
Yeah.
the point, like she's trying to like one up the
The
Baroness.
moth one is cool.
Oh
The
yeah,
moth-
I knew
Yeah,
something was gonna happen with that dress, but I was like, what is it? I didn't expect that.
Is that how the moth's eggs look like? Like freaking shiny? Nah.
It's not a moth egg, it's a cocoon.
A cocoon.
No, I'm
okay,
pretty
so-
sure they were painted to look that way.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Imagine if you're like sewing that to the dress and then, like they start cracking, like, oh snap, we gotta get him in. But yeah, that was pretty evil.
I would call it.
I expected
race-
it to say like Cruella somehow. You know,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? That's what I was
Yeah.
expecting, not the moths.
Yeah, I will say the Baroness was so badass in that moment because everybody's like, ah, like all freaking out of the moth, and she just does her best blue steel, just stands there like posing, and then she freaks out. But yeah, you're Stone Cold Killer. I get it.
Yeah, I like I said, she's my favorite character. If she wasn't so mean and she didn't like,
You have to
get rid
qualify
of some
that one.
people. It's just like it's hard to like the bad guy
Yeah.
because her character is like so on point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's like, get out of here. And then when she throws the chair and she hits the lady helping out and she's like, you're in the way. I was like, oh snap. Oh man. So mean. I don't know. But this is where the whole is this maybe I'm mixing the stuff. So I think at this point Cruella still wants revenge for the Baroness essentially murdering her mom.
Mhm.
And then at some point Cruella gets too cocky and then she gets caught and then somebody saves her. The guy, it's a butler, the guy that reveals that the Baroness is actually her real mother.
And that's where I was just like, this movie's stupid.
Yeah, like all the coincidences, like, okay, there's too many coincidences.
There was a lot. But this isn't a Marvel Disney movie. This is a Disney movie. That's how they go.
That's not my issue. Like, my issue with it is like, it cheapens Cruella so much. Like, it kind of makes it like the only reason she's special is because her mom was this debutante, right? She was special too. Like, the reason she's crazy is because her mom's crazy too. Like, all these other things, right? So like, it cheapens the character of Cruella because every achievement that she's done is because she was destined to do it, right?
Right, and that's what I was trying to get earlier. Like, she had no other, like, this is from day one. That's what she was gonna do, and she had no other path.
Mhm.
She couldn't be a good person. She couldn't be like a normal. She couldn't do it. Like that's and that sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I wish they would have given her more like, okay, it happened for XYZ, but it was like, you're screwed from the very beginning, and I'm sorry. Or maybe that's what they're going for.
You know from the very beginning she's screwed because you know where it has to end up. She's gonna be some psycho lady trying to murder puppies, right?
Don't say that.
Sorry, that's what the I don't know if it's spoilers for a
I'm just kidding.
movie.
No, I'm just kidding.
But
1996, you missed the boat.
yeah, but like it just cheapens everything that she did. Like it doesn't mean anything. Anything up to that point doesn't mean like it would have been way more compelling if like she became this person because she was emulating a person that she hated, right? To the point where she's just like, this is who I became, right? Takeover of power, hostile, strong empowerment of women. That's just my thing. Like, I just feel like it's cheap.
I see it. I see it. I was more mad that they couldn't commit to her being a bad guy. It seemed like.
I disagree. I think they committed to it the entire
You
way.
think so? Because
Yeah.
they kept going back and forth. Like they still try to make you root for her. You know what I mean?
I wasn't rooting for her. She's a bad person, man. She's bad to her friends. She's doing bad things, right?
You felt like they stuck to her being bad? Because I felt like they try to make her. They like made her really mean to them, and then she was kind of like nice to them, or like maybe she made them feel bad for her. Or whatever. I don't know. And then they were going back and forth, and I was like, man, just commit to making her evil, because that's what she's supposed to be, as far as I remember.
Yeah, because I mean, they try to sneak it in that she's evil, right? She, especially like in the middle of the movie, they do that one-off line where like, you would make a great coat or something to the dogs,
Yeah,
and then like
that's
the dude's
true.
like, that's not funny. So like deep down, you
Yeah,
can tell she's an evil person. So it's kind of like, all right.
and it was like she didn't kill the dogs, and that would have made her really evil. But obviously, they couldn't have her kill the dogs, so I get that one. So I guess they did what they could to make her evil. I'll see. I'll concede.
Um, like I said, for me, the biggest issue in this whole thing is that like she like it just cheapens her entire character. Like, oh, she's the mom. It's everything because of the mom, and it kind of sticks to that like evil queen kind of trope, right? Like the princess has to overcome the evil queen, and it's kind of like, yeah, you don't need that, in my opinion.
I guess I didn't see it that way when I was watching it, because that was all true, but it's not why she.
Because the mom doesn't want her, right? They say that the husband was a good person, right? That always wanted kids, but the mom was crazy and wanted to kill her. And now, he killed her real mom, or who she considered her real mom. So basically, the evil queen killed the dad and the mother, and then tries to kill her too. So it's literally an evil queen trope.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
And then you can see
But
why I hate the movie at the end of the movie. It was entertaining, don't get me wrong. I'm not mad I watched it. I'll watch it again, actually. It's one of those movies where I could watch this again. Because the characters are compelling.
yeah, it was good. I liked it. Like I didn't have much to say about it, like because I just kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't like the best movie. It wasn't the worst movie. It was cool. I think if they didn't give her some sort of twist there, it would have been kind of a flat ending.
What do you mean, twist?
Like if she wasn't the daughter of the Baroness, if she just became, I don't know. I guess it would work either way. It wouldn't be
Like,
as dramatic. That's fine.
what does it add to
It
it? Her being the daughter of the Baroness, what does it add?
it's just more dramatic.
Right.
It's
It's
just it
dramatic, yes.
makes her feud with the Baroness even worse, I guess, to make her
Yeah,
more evil. I don't know. I don't know.
but does it add anything to the character, right? Like, not really. Like, any resolution, does it add anything to the resolution? Not really, right? Doesn't, like, all it does is make her quote unquote rich at the end, but she could have gotten rich out of being like super famous fashion, right? Because she's already a famous fashion designer at that point.
Right. And I guess they could have just made her kind of turn in. I don't know. If she just turns into an evil, I don't know. Either way, I guess it's weak.
But they could have been like, this is needed to happen because how else would she become rich?
See, but
She could have done it any other way.
yeah, because
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
that point she's already a famous fashion artist, right? Like she has all the clout going with it. People liked her style, da 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 da. So you can make the argument that at that point people want her stuff, right? So she doesn't have to be poor from that point on. So
Ooh,
Right,
but how did
right.
she get the dogs? Ah,
Ah,
They needed it. They needed her to kill the Baroness to get the dogs.
Right, but she didn't need to be the mother to get the dogs.
That's
Right?
true.
She could have just
That's true.
stolen the dog.
Yeah.
Like,
Look, I know it's weak. I just
and that's the other thing, right? Like, okay, the thing with the dogs is like, okay, she staged this coup. She made everybody go with like the 2-colored wig, right? So that they couldn't find her, which was a little fine. That's okay, I guess. And then she steals a whistle, and then she can now control the dogs. That's not how it works, right? You can't just anybody can just steal the whistle and now you control dogs. Dogs
no, I think that
respect the owner.
the dog started liking her because at the end of the movie, they like show her belly, like, you know, when she's like, you could be a coat or whatever. And then like 5 minutes later, one of the dogs is like showing the belly, like, rub my belly.
But they were going very ferociously towards
Yeah, bro,
her.
my dog runs at me and I'm all like, calm down, bro. And then he's like, okay. Like,
Fine, okay, fine. I'll let this one slide. But I thought it was a little bit like, whatever. Did you guys cover the bat suit? She gets thrown over the ledge.
oh,
Super cheese.
it was pretty
super
bad.
cheese.
eh,
But it's okay.
Yeah,
it's
it's
okay.
fine.
I don't.
She needed to live.
I don't bump
somehow.
on that. It's like, okay, it's. I bump on the bad CGI in that part. Yeah, that CGI was terrible.
Like for being Disney movie, like I expected a little bit.
And that's
more.
kind of how the movie ends, right? It's just like, oh, she frames her for killing Stella. Stella, you know, gives her the money away, things like that, right? And then Cruella's rich. Yay!
Now we have Cruella, the character Cruella, and that's where like, but she's still not a bad, like, because I rewatched the cartoon and man, Cruella there is bad crazy, man.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't commit to it. It's
I think she was bad. She's just like, you don't get any sense that she's a good person at the end of the movie.
But you don't get a sense that she's an evil person like the one in the cartoon, because the cartoon's like really like she's like off her rocker, man.
Right.
And he's like, we're gonna get all these puppies and skin them.
Right. But I
So-
mean, clearly she gave away her puppies so that she can murder those puppies later. So there's some psycho moments there.
And I guess that's where the movie ends. She gets the car, now the full thing, and then the after credits scenes
Mid credit.
is or end credits.
Mid.
Mid. There's no after.
Nah,
There's-
it's a mid
mid-credit,
credit.
yeah. All right, fine. Mid credits scene.
romantic.
Semantic. The thing that happens after the movie ended, but not after the credits ended, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in there, we have the beginning of the 101 Dalmatians, which is the scene with the guy,
The
with
lawyer.
dog,
The lawyer.
and the lawyer. He's a lawyer. I thought he was a musician. I guess. He's a
No,
lawyer.
he was a lawyer.
Oh, no.
He was the Baroness's lawyer that got fired.
Oh yeah. That's right. In the movie, he's a lawyer. In the cartoon, he was a musician.
He is a musician at the end of the movie. In the mid credit, you see him writing music.
Right. Yeah. He cause she mentions offhand. She's like, "Oh, I play the piano,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I should have made the connection, but I didn't. Right? Because I'm not. But yeah. So he's the guy from the actual movie, and I don't know. Are they gonna continue through and make her actually be like the crazy woman of the cartoon? They have to now, right?
I've read two things. Emma Stone and what is the other lady's name? Emma something too.
Yeah, Emma Thompson.
They're kind of wanting to do like a sequel that's a prequel. So like you get a story. That's what they want to do. I think that's kind of weird because I don't know what prequel you need in this situation. Right?
Yeah, there's no prequel. Like we got Estella from. I guess the Baroness could have her own backstory. Unnecessary, but
don't care. So for me personally, what I would like to see is okay. We got the Cruella story. I kind of want to see like a rom-com of Anita and what's his face and how they meet and kind of do like the dog kind of like a Lady and the Tramp kind of thing, maybe, you know. Like that's the sequel for me. And then like the third movie is 101 Dalmatians.
Okay, and that's where my gripes start. Like this movie shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it just shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Because it makes things complicated, right? Like it's just like because I still don't in this movie Cruella. did not convince me that Cruella is a bad person.
No, and that's kind of what I was kind of mentioning to Tyler earlier. Like, where they messed up kind of is like they just made this like a evil queen kind of story, right? Where the Baroness is the queen. She didn't kill the dad, but I guess the dad died. She kills like the stepmom that was nice to her. And then she's trying to overcome the evil queen, right? Because that's what the trope is. But instead of her being a good person, she turns evil. So it's kind of like the opposite. But it doesn't really work. And you guys kind of prove that where you guys don't get that sense of it.
But she does get the car, and she does get the 2 lackeys, so you know where this is going. And she did give away the 2 dalmatians to somebody else,
To her friends.
And at some point in the movie, she did say, "Oh, it would make a nice coat to skin." And then at some point, maybe she just like loses it, and then
She already loses it, man. She's already crazy. Like you can see, she's crazy.
But not too. She's not enough. I wasn't convinced that she was all gone.
Yeah,
you know?
same.
I mean, you're comparing a cartoon exaggeration, right?
You haven't seen it recently, right? So I saw it right after. I was like, I have to see this.
She's crazy. I mean, yeah, no, like the moment where she's driving the car and she's like running around, like jumping in the air, like that's scary. I know it's scary, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's a cartoon exaggeration. And I think they did that pretty decently in the movie where she's like getting the getaway car and she's just like hunched over driving like okay, you're kind of weird. Like it's kind of what I would expect that to look like in real life.
All right. I mean, fine. Like I said, it was fun to watch. As far as the plot, I don't know if it needed to exist. I guess they needed a reboot of the 101 Dalmatians because they haven't made enough movies because they already made 3 of them.
You're also talking about that movie, 101 Dalmatians. Let's say that's what, at least maybe 2 years in the future, 3 years in the future, maybe. That's a lot of mental deterioration right there that she could just go psycho.
That's true. I mean, the dogs have to grow up enough to mate.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Which is like 3 months. I don't know how long.
Well, they have to meet, fall in love, all that other crap, right?
I really hope they change Emma Stone and they put somebody else that's more crazy looking.
Wow.
It has to fit the character, man.
I don't.
It has to fit the character.
I thought she did a good job being crazy. You're just mad because she was pretty and crazy. So you don't know how to feel.
No.
You don't know how to feel.
No. It's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's just that
I think she did fine. I actually found her character really compelling. Like I thought, I was like, okay, she's doing her cool mishmash of being nice and crazy, and like she flips it on a dime and things like that. I think she did that pretty well. I think all the characters are really well done. Like individually, the characters are great. My favorite character is David Bowie in this movie. What is his name? Artie? It's not David Bowie. He just looks like David Bowie.
Oh, that guy. That character is like kind of like unnecessary. It's this whole thing, but yeah,
he's interesting.
Cool,
he was an interesting character.
Yeah, it's an eccentric character, but like,
one of the few gay characters in Disney. I'm just throwing it out. Good for them.
Oh, the shop owner. Yeah,
he's pretty obvious.
It's
pretty obvious.
He could just be like, eccentric.
Nah.
Fine, whatever. Okay. It is fine. Let's say it is. Give it to you, Disney. Good job. I don't know. I really liked Jasper and Horace. Horace was super funny.
Yeah, that dynamic duo was great, especially with Wink. Wink's my boy.
So all of that stuff is good. It's just like as a whole, that's like the arc of like this is gonna be 101 Dalmatians. I don't know. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. They're gonna make the movie. They're gonna make it.
I'm saying, man, there's gonna be a rom-com in the middle, and we're all gonna watch it.
I'll suspend my disbelief. Yeah.
It wasn't a bad movie. I'll like say that I was entertained. I'll probably watch it again if it comes up. Somebody's like, "Hey, you want to watch Cruella?" I'll be like, "All right, I'm not mad. Let's go." I just know that I'm gonna hate the third act. That's all.
I will probably not watch it again. It's just too long. Or I'll skip some parts, It's like I don't need to see some parts, That's just me. But anyway, and with that, we're out. Peace.
See ya.
Later.
Thank you for listening. If you like this podcast, please give us a star, heart, or leave us a review. You can follow us on Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube at Pubstomp Podcast. That's PUBSTOMPOD cast. For more episodes, go to anchor.fm/Pubstomp. Music provided by 99 Lives. Credits are in the episode description.